a project, and I had I had to. It was supposed to be at the end of the. Uh, I say, how can I say, for the next Friday, but I had to do before because tomorrow I'm going to London. So
Okay. Wow. And tomorrow you're going to London. So what are you going to be doing in London?
I have friends, and I will stay there for maybe 2 weeks or more.
Nice. That's awesome. So 2 weeks in London. That'll be good
Yeah,
practice for your English.
I hope.
Yeah. And okay, good. Do you have any plans when you're in London? Are you gonna take any trips or do anything exciting?
Okay, I want to hide a bike and to go in London with a bike. Yeah, and I want to go to Buckingham Palace and to the British Museum.
All right.
Uh, yeah,
So Buckingham Palace, the British Museum, that'll be fun. Um,
yeah.
okay, cool. All right. Yeah. And what about for the rest of the week? What are you gonna be doing for the rest of the week?
I will do Halloween there, so I don't know. I just bought a pair of fans for the Halloween.
A
But
pair of pants?
yeah,
Okay. Nice. What are you gonna be?
I don't know, but I will go somewhere, so I will dress up like a vampire.
A vampire. Okay. Awesome. Um, do you have makeup and everything already to make up your face?
I have a wing. I have
What?
a wing that is just red hair. Yeah,
Okay.
wing. Yes.
A wing. So
Okay,
like to fly?
and what?
You said you have wings?
Wing? No, maybe it's wig.
A wig. A wig. Okay.
A wig. Oh, okay.
Okay, so red wig.
Yes,
And
yeah, and the fans.
nice. That'll be fun. I need to get some tea.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Is there a parade outside? Or was that an
What?
ambulance? Was that an ambulance?
An ambulance. Yeah.
Okay. Um, all right, well, let's get started with the class. Um, so I guess fairy tales kind of goes with it. Um, so Julieta, can you read the title in the next couple of lines?
Fairy tales. In today's class, we will talk about fairy tales, read sections of fairy tales, make up, make, make up our own fairy tales.
Nice. All right, good. Good pronunciation. Let's go on. And can you read and answer the first question?
What is a fairy tale? Fairy tale is a story with a lot of magic and strange characters.
Okay, nice. A lot of magic and strange characters. Good. Um, that would be fun. Halloween. Do you
Oh,
know any fairy tales that would be good around Halloween?
um, good at Halloween. Um, I don't know if it's a fairy tale, but there was a movie with Johnny Depp. He was a barber, and they, uh, he and her wife, I think, they they had a restaurant too. Oh, Sweeney Todd.
Hmm.
Yes, and they didn't buy meat.
They didn't buy meat. They didn't have to buy meat. Good. Um, that's a good way of putting it. Shoot. All right, yeah. One interesting thing, I know it's not super relevant, but I think in German, Todd with two D's means death. Todd
No, I
means
don't know.
death. So it's an interesting name in a lot of stories and plays. Anybody named Todd is often related to death. Um, but yeah, something to think about, I guess. All right, yeah, that's a good one. And it's kind of like a fairy tale. It's a really kind of creepy fairy tale, but
Yeah.
good. Um, what about the last question? Can you read and answer that question?
Do you have a favorite? Oh, wait. Do you have a favorite fairy tale? It's always tricky. Favorite. Um, One of my fairy favorite fairy tale is Peter Pan.
Nice. Okay. One of my favorite fairy tales is Peter Pan. Good. Ken, welcome back to class. Ken, how's it going?
Oh,
Okay, we lost him. And so, can you describe Peter Pan a little bit? Can you describe it?
it's a story of fairy kids and Peter Pan.
Okay, good. And Peter Pan. And Ken, welcome back.
Yes,
Ken, how are
hello.
you?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you
Um,
again.
all right, and Ken, your favorite fairy tale was about the man
Mhm.
who went under the ocean. Can
Yeah.
you explain to Julieta a little bit about your favorite fairy tale?
Yeah, my favorite folktale, fairy tale is, how can I say, one day, once upon a time, one day, a man rescued abused turtle from kids, and in return, the turtle brought him to the under ocean palace. And beautiful princess welcomed him, and he spent 3 days there. After after that, when he returned to the beach, the princess brought him a gift. But the princess says, "You should not open this box." However, he opened the box at the beach, and then uh, smoke appeared from the box, and he became very old of a sudden.
Yeah, exactly. So that's great. um, okay, good. Really nicely
Thank
done.
you.
Do either of you guys have any questions here on this page? All right, let's go to the next page, go through some of these vocabulary words, and let's have Julieta. Can you read the title and the words?
Vocabulary: allusion, curse, dramatic, folklore, mysterious, narration, narrator, plot, supernatural, wit.
Okay, can you repeat wicked? Wicked.
Wicked.
Good. And Supernatural plot narration. Okay, I think that sounds good. Do either of you guys have any questions about any of these words? Okay, no questions. Can each of you choose a word and write a sentence with that word in the chat box? Awesome. Oh, Juliet. Juliet. Julieta.
Giulietta.
Julieta. And Julieta, can you read your sentence?
The curse of the full red moon will fall on you and you will become a wolf.
Nice. Okay. Because the moon will fall on you and you will become maybe just a werewolf, like a part human, part wolf. Is kind of what we'd call that. But that's really good sentence. Many folklore. Okay. Ken, can you read your sentence?
Many folklores were handed on to generations by unknown narrators. Folklore is countable or non-countable?
Uncountable.
Uncountable. Okay. So much.
So a lot.
A lot of. Okay. So I
And
cannot use much folklore.
so no, much folklore wouldn't quite work. So a lot of folklore was, how would we put handing in the past tense?
Has been handed. Okay. Past tense. Handed. Handed.
Yeah, was
Yeah.
handed. It's handed on to generations by unknown narrators. To younger generations.
To younger generation.
Or was handed on through the generations.
So why much cannot be used for folklore?
I guess you could say much. Much folklore was handed down. It sounds a little bit more awkward. It would work.
Okay.
It's like it's somebody who was talking in a long time ago. So much folklore. Maybe like 500 years ago, somebody could do that.
Okay.
But good. All right. Can you read that sentence one more time?
Okay. A lot of folklore was handed on to younger generations by unknown narrators.
Good. All right. And Ken, can you read this question right here?
Okay. Imagine a fairy tale that take place in this house? Who is involved and what happens?
Mhm.
Good. And Julieta, what do you think?
Okay, that could be a haunted house.
It could be a haunted house, yeah.
Mhm. And there is a dog that escaped from his owner and went inside the house.
Okay. Dog escaped from his owner and went inside the house. Good. Ken, what happened next?
Next, dog takes from his owner inside the house. And dog found chocolate cake on the table.
A chocolate cake.
A chocolate cake.
Okay. And what happened next, Julieta?
He tried to eat it, but it never finished.
Okay, so he tried to eat it,
Mhm.
but it never finished. Okay. And Ken, what happened next?
Next, the dog was fed up with eating chocolate cake, but chocolate cake appears again endlessly.
Yeah. So good. And then what happens next, Julieta?
I didn't understand.
What was that?
I didn't understand what happened.
I think it was kind of a similar thing. So he eats it, but the chocolate cake appears endlessly. Is that
Yeah,
what you said?
okay. Yeah, yeah. Um, uh, so the dog had a big stomachache.
Okay. Had a big stomach ache. Okay. Does the owner ever find him, Ken?
And
Yeah,
finally, I mean, uh, finally, the owner found the dog and to rescue from this chocolate haunted house.
From this chocolate haunted house. That sounds like the best haunted house. Um, my goodness. Okay, good. Do either of you guys have any questions on this page? All right, let's go on. Already did sentences. We could do that. I think we've already done some reading. Okay, I guess let's do some reading, and let's start with Julieta. Can you read the first paragraph?
a fairy tale is a type of short story that typically features European folkloric fantasy characters such as dwarfs, elves, fairies, giants, gnomes, goblins, mermaids, trolls, or witches, and usually magic or enchantments. Fairy tales may be distinguished from other folk narratives such as legends, which generally involve belief in the veracity of the events described, and explicitly moral tales, including Best fables.
Nice.
Beast.
Yeah, good. Good correction with beast. Maybe just typically. Typically.
Typically.
Good. Typically features. All right, and yeah, that sounded good. Ken, can you read the next paragraph?
Okay. In less technical context, The term is also used to describe something blessed with unusual happiness, as in fairy tale ending, a happy ending, or fairy tale romance, though not all fairy tales end happily. Colloquially, a fairy tale or fairy story can also mean any perfect story or tall tale. It is used especially of any story that not only is not true, but could not possibly be true.
Very well done. That was impressive. Okay, good reading. Do either of you guys have any questions on this
Uh,
page?
is enchantments is like a spell?
Yeah, an enchantment is a spell.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, good. Let's go to the next one. And Julieta, can you read this paragraph?
In cultures where demons and witches are perceived as real, fairy tales may merge into legends, where the narrative is perceived both by teller and hearers as
Hearers.
being grounded in historical truth. However, unlike legends and epic, they usually do not contain more than superficial references to religion and actual places, people and events. They take place once upon a time rather than in actual times.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that sounded really good. And Ken, what about this girl in the picture? Who do you think she is?
Uh, she's elf.
She's elf?
Y- Yeah, probably she's an elf or dwarf.
Article. You're missing an article.
Uh, an elf.
Yeah, she's an elf. Okay. And Julieta, what's her name?
Her name is Red Hair.
Her name is what?
Red Hair.
Head hair?
Red.
Red hair. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And Ken, what's her problem? Does she have a problem?
Uh, since she's living in the mushroom, uh, the when the mushroom season was over, she will lose her house.
Mhm.
Okay. Awesome. Julieta, what's she gonna do about that?
She have to move before spring, and she will go close to the river. Mm, in her tree house.
Okay. And Ken, will she meet anybody there?
Anybody to make build a house, you mean?
Will she meet anybody? So will she meet
Oh,
anybody?
yes. Now she's preparing the moving to the tree house. So she called her friend Dwarf.
Or
Dwarf? I forgot. Dwarf are the kind of small people.
dwarf? Yeah.
Dwarf, yeah.
Whose name is?
Name is Jonathan. I don't know.
Okay. Whose name is Jonathan? All right. And I guess last one, Julieta, will they experience any problems on their way to the treehouse?
Accidentally, the dwarf eat the mushroom house.
The dwarf will eat the mushroom house. Okay. All right. All right. I guess that's good. Ken, how will the story end?
And how can I say? Uh, yeah, dwarf likes love mushroom, so he couldn't stop eating, and he uh, ate uh, uh, the walls. Uh, so he brought some chocolate to cover up the hole of the wall.
Nice. Okay. All right. Good. Sounded good. Do either of you guys have any questions on this page?
So elf, the image of elf is female or
Uh,
male, both probably.
both. Yeah.
Yeah, and the
So
image of dwarf is mostly man.
yeah, dwarfs are mostly, um, at least they have a generally male image
Okay.
for sure.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. I guess it all does depend though.
Mhm.
So I think elves are very varied. So there are a lot of different types and portrayals of elves
Mhm.
in fairy tales and things. Dwarves are pretty similar and you're usually males, but I'm sure you could change it around if you wanted. Um,
Mhm.
okay. And yeah, Julieta, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Let's have Julieta, sorry. Can you ask Ken the first question?
What are some typical fairy tale characters?
Yes, princess, prince, uh, king and queen, mm, elves, dwarves, and some anti-hero character.
Okay, good. What are some good anti-hero characters, Ken?
Raven.
Uh, go ahead.
No, 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 no.
Sorry. Joker.
The Joker? Yeah, he'd be a
Yeah,
good anti-hero. I don't know if he's exactly fairy tale. Um,
kind of uh, modern Hollywood character, not the
yeah,
traditional
I guess you
one.
could say that.
Sorry.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to argue too hard to get me to believe that. So maybe a modern fairy tale. Okay. All right, Ken, can you ask Julieta the next question?
Okay, what is the difference between a fairy tale and a legend?
Fairy tale is more fantastic than a legend,
Okay, fairy tale is more fantastic.
or fanta fantasy. Oh, fairy tale has more fantasy than a legend. Fantastical. Okay.
Yeah, it's more fantastical. Fairy tales have more fantasy than legends. Okay. So legends are based off of kind of an idea of fact, or they're believed to be fact. Um, yeah, okay, good. And Julieta, can you ask Ken the next question?
What is another colloquial meaning for fairy tale?
The article said far-fetched story or tall story.
Story or tall tale?
A tall tale.
Yeah. Okay. What's another colloquial meaning that we could use? So it's more of a positive light. Do either of you
A
know?
happy ending story.
Yeah, so any story with a really happy ending. Any happy ending. Exactly. Okay, and so one more question. Julieta, can you give me an example of somebody using fairy tale colloquially?
Okay. Um, I can say um, uh, you you have to think that you don't live in a fairy tale. Have to work more. Can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. My microphone is muted. I've been coughing. Uh, can you repeat that one more time? I'm not sure if I didn't really hear you.
I said you have to think that you don't live in a fairy tale. You have to work more.
Okay, so you have to remember that you don't live in a fairy tale. You have to work more. Yeah, that's a good one. That sounds like something a parent would say to their child. Um, good. Okay, perfect. Julieta, can you ask again the next question?
Where do fairy tales normally take place?
Mm, normally it takes place once upon a time. Where? Not the time. In the wood, or in a kingdom, or a kind of far-fetched place.
Nice. Okay, good. This is good.
Mhm.
And perfect. Do you guys have any questions on this page? Okay. Maybe one more question. Ken
Mhm.
and Julieta, do either of you guys have any favorite fairy tale characters? What are your favorite fairy tale characters? I guess you could have least favorite ones too.
Uh, uh, Moon Princess. Yeah.
Okay. How would you answer
Mhm.
in a complete sentence, Ken?
My favorite fairy tale character is Moon Princess.
Is the
Is
Moon
the Moon
Princess.
Princess. Mhm.
If it's just one, if there are a lot of moon princesses, then we'd say my favorite fairy
Mhm.
tale characters are moon princesses.
Mhm.
But if we're just talking about one, it would be the moon princess. What about you,
Mhm.
Julieta? Any favorites or least favorites?
My I can say Peter Pan, but my favorite character ever is Indiana Jones.
Okay, my favorite is Indiana Jones. Okay, that's good. Who's kind of fairy tale-esque? Um, Probably a better one would be Peter Pan, but I think that's good.
Hmm.
Okay, really good answers. Let's go on.
Indiana Jones is more a legend.
Is more what? More a legend?
A
Yeah,
legend.
definitely. He'd be more of a legendary character because it does take place in real times, in real places, using real things.
Hmm.
So yeah, maybe even just a fiction character. Um, but I think that's still good. It's fine. We're not too strict here. And Ken, can you read the title?
Okay, practice. Make a fairy tale. Talk to your classmates and try to make your own fairy tale.
Okay, good. And Ken, can you ask Julieta the first question?
Okay. Where does the story take place?
Okay, it takes place in a cold place, like a field with a blizzard.
A field with a what?
Blizzard with a lot of snow, a storm snow.
Okay. Um, maybe like a field during a blizzard.
During a blizzard. Okay.
How long has the blizzard been going on?
2 weeks.
Okay, so good. That's a good piece of information. So during a 2-week blizzard. All right. And Julieta, can you ask Ken the next question?
Who are the good characters in the story?
White bear, a white bear, and penguin.
Okay. So, wow. So there's a white bear and a penguin.
Yes.
All right. Nice. And so those are the good characters. Julieta, can you repeat characters?
Characters.
Good. And Ken, can you ask Julieta the next question?
Okay. Who are the evil characters in your story?
The evil character is the warlord.
The warlock?
No, walrus.
I'm not
Like
sure.
a sail. It's like a sail, but with long teeth.
It's like a
The
what with long
walrus.
teeth? The walrus. Okay. Yeah, walrus. Maybe walrus. Okay, so the evil character is the walrus. Does he have any minions? Or is he alone?
No, he has 2 sharks.
He has 2 sharks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So can the sharks walk on land, or is there an ocean nearby?
No, they are under the water.
Okay, so they're under the
Mm-hmm.
water. So they're near there everybody is nearby water. Okay. All right. And Julieta, can you ask Ken the next question?
What problems does the main character have?
The main character lost in during Antarctica adventure.
Okay, and so who is the main character?
Human.
Okay, so the main character is a human. What's his name or her name?
Name is Indiana Jones.
Okay. All right. And so I guess Ken, can you ask the next question? And Julieta, can you answer?
Okay. What kind of help will the main character get?
Indiana Jones got a ride from the polar bear.
Will get?
Will get a ride.
Okay. Good. So Indiana Jones will get a ride from All right. And Julieta, can you ask Ken the next question?
What magic is involved?
Magic. And the penguin appeared on the way home. He opened Penguin Cafe by using his magic to warm up the people, the Indiana Jones.
Okay, he opened a penguin cafe
Hmm.
and used his magic to warm Indy. Okay. And Ken, can you ask Julieta the next question?
Okay. How will the story end?
Close to the Penguin Cafe, Indiana Jones found the lost boat of pirates.
Lost gold. Nice. Pirates. Okay, and so just a question. How does the walrus and his sharks, how do they play into the story?
Because the walrus want to find the gold.
Okay. The walrus wanted to find the gold to put maybe Penguin out of business?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ken, how does
Mhm.
Indiana Jones beat the walrus?
Beat Boris. He he feeds them and he tamed them in the end.
Okay. Nice. All right, that was good. Really good story. All right, do either of you guys have any questions here? All right, no questions. Let's go on to the next page. And so, Julieta, can you read the title and the directions?
Practice with a picture. What is happening with the picture? Why? And what will happen next?
Good. Okay. And Ken, can you start us out?
Okay. One afternoon, a man was having nap during his work.
Hmm.
Okay, so the man was having a nap during work?
Yes.
All right. And Julieta, what happened next?
Um, an elf come into his house.
Okay.
And he tried to steal his money.
Okay, an elf came into his house and tried to steal his money. All
Mhm.
right. Nice. And so what happened after that, Ken?
Yes. He he spelled to his shoes to watch to how can I say uh, as a to watch his house situation like a security guards. So now watch is shoes are approaching that elf.
Okay, so I think I got that. Can you repeat it one more time just so I can type it out?
Okay. He spelled to his shoes.
Okay,
Mm,
he put a spell on his
put
shoes.
put a spell on his shoes to watch his house as a security guard.
Okay. So he put a spell on his shoes to make them watch his house as
Mhm.
security guards. And now they are approaching the elf. Okay, that's
Yes.
awesome. Julieta, what's going to happen next then?
We have had to run to escape from the shoes.
Okay, so the elf will have to run to escape shoes. Okay, will he make it, Julieta?
Mm, What did you say?
So, will he make it? Will he?
Okay. He will wear the shoe.
So yeah, will he escape from the shoes?
Mm-hmm. Yes, because uh, he wears the shoes.
Okay, so he puts the guard shoes on.
Yeah.
All right. And Ken, I guess what happens at the end? How does this end?
The elf wears the shoes. I asked the meaning.
What was that?
Hmm? So, uh, who is he?
Okay,
He is an elf or that
I think
man?
so. Julieta, does
Elf.
the elf wear the shoes?
Yes, he has.
Okay. Yes, and then the elf control the shoes.
All right. Okay, and that's it, and that's how the story ends.
But the purpose of the elf is to steal something.
I
Mm-hmm.
think so. He tried to steal his money.
So how should we end the story?
Yeah, Julieta, do you want to discuss with Ken how you'd end the story?
Okay. Mm, he gets the money, but it was a so big bag that he um, cannot walk anymore. So he was stuck in the middle of the house.
Ken, what does the man do when he finds him?
Um, I cannot say. He found after he woke up, he found shoes are walking around the house. So he found that elf with his money.
Okay, what did he do?
Mm, but uh, he knows elf suffers the financial problem in the wood. So uh, he requested to stay his house after until the decision will be over in the wood.
Until the depression
Depression, yeah.
in the woods ends. Okay, that's good. Sounds like a really nice name. But good. We're unfortunately just about out of time. Do you guys have any last questions before we finish up?
Can I say he put an enchantment on his shoes?
Yeah, he put an enchantment on his shoes. You could say that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is
Okay.
it a nuance difference? Are
No,
there? No, okay.
no, an enchantment and a spell, same thing.
hmm
Okay.
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 All right. Really nice job, guys. Hopefully, I'll see you again soon. I'm sure. But have a really good day and evening for you, Julieta.
Thank you so much.
Actually, you
Thank
too.
you very much.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.